My name is Nicole Ramos, and basically, I grew up going to church. My entire family has always been religious. Everyone's Christian, and when I got to my teenage years, I decided that going to church wasn't something I wanted to do anymore. That had a lot to do with the fact that I really struggled with my mental health when I hit my teenage years, and I was just really lost. I didn't know who I was or what I wanted to do, who I wanted to be, and I ended up distancing myself from God completely. After dealing with a lot of dark times by myself, and I came to a realization that I was really missing something from my life. I felt like there was just a hole in me that nothing I did fulfilled that hole. And at one point, I reached out for help. I was tired of feeling depressed and having anxiety, so I started doing therapy, and that did help, but I still felt that emptiness. We had a really big loss in our family. She was a family friend, and she meant a lot to me. I was really overcome with grief, and I didn't know who to turn to. I felt like therapy just wasn't enough. And for a long time, I tried to, I was listening to podcasts, I was reading books, anything on mental health, but it felt like it wasn't enough. And I started getting really interested in a Bible that used to be my grandmother's, that she passed down to me before she passed years ago. And I just felt this urge within me to maybe search for my answers there. And I didn't know how the Bible worked or how anything worked. I went into it completely blind, and I found that it was actually really helpful. Even though I didn't really understand what I was doing, I searched up podcasts, and I saw videos of what other people had went through, and eventually after a year, my really close friend, who we grew up together, she became really close to God, and she used to tell me about her experiences and how God changed her life. And I saw it in her. I saw that she was different, that she was happier, and that she was finally able to achieve she became the person she truly was meant to be. And our relationship, our friendship even got closer because of that. After listening to her experiences, I realized that maybe that was something I wanted for myself, that maybe if she was able to, find all this love and all this happiness, that maybe this was something I could achieve too. So I really looked into it. I was asking her for advice, and I got in contact with my aunt who came to fellowship. She had already been coming here for about 2 years already. And I asked her, I said that I was reading the Bible and that I was just feeling really lost and that I felt like I needed guidance. And she invited me to fellowship, and I came once and I fell in love with it. After I started coming to fellowship with my aunt and uncle more frequently, I realized that I could feel God, I could feel His love for me. And I realized that my life was changing for the better, and that the more I fell in love with Him and accepted Him into my life, the more He embraced me and took care of me, and He completely changed everything. I became closer to my family. I was able to build stronger friendships, and I was just mentally and emotionally healthier, and I knew that that's what I wanted for the rest of my life. I still feel like I am really a little bit lost when it comes to reading the Bible and finding my way through the whole thing, but I feel like I finally am who I was meant to be. I really wanted to mention a song that helped me go through a lot of hardships and helped me write this testimony that I'm speaking here today, and it helped me make this decision to get baptized and fully restart my life fresh with God, called Made for More. by Josh Baldwin, and I'm really ready to take this step and fully accept God into my life for the rest of my life.